All right, everyone. Are you ready for Nintendo Prime Live? Let's go ahead and welcome in your host, the one, the only Nintendo Prime.
Welcome to Nintendo Prime Live. All right, let's go ahead and drop some lo-fi. I don't have anything new added to the stream deck. However, we maybe will add some new stuff in here eventually. We still have our party mode and everything going. What I want to do is remind everyone that we are going to play our music tonight. So $2 super chats for your first song request, $5 super chats for every request after that. Just request. You can request any song you want. We really don't care. We do it on a combined Spotify playlist thing. Should be working right now, so we should be good with that. So if people want to do that, that's cool. Also, we are doing shots for super chats, but there's like a caveat here where this is what we got. We got to finish this. These are $10 super chats for this UV grape, or $5 super chats. We'll try to clear this out as well. Now the big thing is once this alcohol is gone, I will not be buying anymore for a little while. We will not be. Whoa, 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 whoa! Look at that. Hey, no one told you to do that, desk. What are you doing? Yeah, let me go fix the camera again. Whoa, 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 desk. Go home. You're drunk. What are you hitting right now? What literally are you hitting? Okay. All right, let me go fix the camera quick and figure out why my desk won't go down. What are you hitting at? You were just down. Seriously. I thought I already put this on the mode that doesn't... Oh no, I went the wrong way. Whoops. That's fine. I thought I put it on the mode that wouldn't mess with my contrast and all that, but... Oh, man. All right. Little learning curves here now that I use my camera in multiple modes because of a different set. All right. So, we are having some fun. But once that booze is gone, and yes, anything under $5, or if I run out of alcohol, we'll just drink some beer. We're not gonna be buying any new booze for a little while. One, you guys know I'm on a weight loss kick. Doesn't mean we won't have a crunked up night every now and then. It means that if we do, it's gonna be just enough booze bought for that single evening, rather than buying like giant bottles and going crazy. Now, we do still have a special for $100 super chats. I gotta chug one of these bad boys. Chug it. Chug it, chug it, chug it. We won't shotgun it because it's a little messy, but we will chug the hell out of it. So, yeah. That's $100. That stuff burns my throat. People enjoy the torture. A certain person really enjoys the torture. So we're gonna do that. Also, I want you guys to help me come up, obviously, with our new tags for top super chatter and top gifted member person as well. We got to come up with that. So that would be really great if we can come up with that today, because we got to get that set up. Right now, you're just seeing sort of a ticker up there that shows the last 10 super chats, I believe. So that's what you're seeing right now, is it's just the last 10 overall super chats on the channel. So if you want your name in the ticker, that's also just super chat away, and your name will just go there. It should be automatic. Should be automatic. I shouldn't have to do anything with that. But we'll see how that goes. I also got to change our total. I like the pink. I don't like the font. I want to find like maybe I got to go bold with it. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, bold is a little better. Bold isn't too bad. All right. Anyways, Easter egg, prime, bunny, prime egg. But Easter was last month. Technically, Easter was on the last day of last month. Boo Mini shouldn't be banned. I didn't say anything about Boo Mini. What? All right. Let me go ahead and read the chat over here. Move this mouse over so I can just kind of scroll in the chat and get to some of the ads we had. So we had, let's see here. Let me see. Someone asked how to get questions in. I told them. Mark Christensen said, would you like a new Wario World, not Wario Land game, like the GameCube game? A Wario World GameCube game. Let me see what that was. Wario World GameCube game. What was that one again? Wario World GameCube. Let me see some screenshots. See, I know the box art. I'm trying to remember the game itself. Oh yeah. Yeah, like it was basically a 3D platforming Wario game. Sure, I mean, look, Wario World was basically Wario Land, but in 3D. So, I mean, why wouldn't I want that? Of course I want that. Like, that just makes a lot of sense. To me, anyways. I mean, we need a Waluigi game, too, to be fair. Let's see, you get to some other ads in the chat. How many subs do I have exactly? Exactly, huh? You want an exactamundo. Exactamundo, huh? Well, let's see how exact I can get. Let's just see how exact.
Welcome back to the channel.
Hold on. I might have just got clickbaited. I don't know. Mike Odyssey is coming on our show tomorrow, and he just dropped this. Oh, what is that not working for? Okay, well, I'll just do it this way. Or Nintendo Switch 2 just got leaked images. I might have just got like clickbaited, but let's see what happens. Oh, it's a patent. Well, patents aren't leaks for starters. But let's just dig through here. What's here? Let's just dig through this. January 20th, 2022. When did this patent come out? Does he link to the patent in the description? Can I just load up the patent? Please say you link to the patent. Okay, he did. All right. Let's look at the patent that supposedly has potential Switch 2 images. So it was filed July 12th, 2021. Okay, when was it published, though? Oh, I see. So that's like a thinner dock. Maybe? Maybe that's not a thinner dock. I'm like looking at my Switch dock here. Maybe that's not a thinner dock. I guess that's like a standard dock. That looks pretty normal to me. Okay. So what's so special here about this? I'm not seeing anything. So like, is it this because it doesn't have rails on it? It still looks just like a switch to me, just like a rough drawing of a switch. Oh, that's moved a little. Yeah, that's moved. That's in the middle instead of on the side. But I don't know that that's like a big deal. Because this is usually like down here. Pretty sure I just got clickbaited. I mean, this just looks like an alternate design dock. Doesn't look like anything too crazy to me. Could be wrong. But yeah. Looks like they maybe redesigned that, but maybe there's a point to it. Maybe there's something with this. I guess I'm gonna have to dig into this more. You can shift and move. Wait, you could twist it? Okay, that's why it's in the middle. So you could twist it to come out one side or the other. Oh, this is probably just a scrapped idea. Or just have it come straight out the back, maybe? Some interesting imagery, for sure. I don't know what my Odyssey discovered here. I literally don't know what this is, but that's all the images. Does he have any other patterns in his videos, or is it just this one? Let's see here. Looks like he's just kind of going through all the images I just did. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Sorry, that wasn't what I was actually trying to do. And one, I gotta figure out why my button's not working. Stream Deck. Why is this not working? Showing something. Scene. Oh, is that why? Here, let's delete this then. Let's re-add. Hold on. I'm trying to make it so I don't have to do. I can just hit a button to change to that. Why isn't it? Where did it go? There it is. Scene. It should just be this. And then scene should be. And this should just be show. Okay. Now let's try it. Show. Hey, there it goes. Now it works. Okay. So what I was trying to answer a question for, sorry, before I got distracted by my homepage on YouTube, is what's our current subscribers at? Here you go. There's our current subscribers. We're at 135,453. That is where we're at. That is where we are at, everyone. All right. Let me get the chat back on the screen here. The live chat. The live chat. All right. So that answers Joshua Gibbs' question. Cameras on all contrast. Yeah, we fixed that. Erasmus Gustav, I love VG News. I'm glad it's doing well view-wise, it seems. If well view-wise, you mean my 2 worst viewed videos, or 2 of my top 5 worst viewed videos in 2024. But that's the thing. It's not meant to do well view-wise right now. It needs to build up. It's a very different from a lot of the stuff I've been doing. So it's not without unless there's like a heavy dose of Nintendo news, which we don't have right now. It's not gonna get a lot of clicks. Snoop Dogg alcohol is good. Easter egg, Prime Bunny, Prime Egg. What's up, Anthony Smith as well, saying hi. Let's see here. Oh, we had a super chat. Hey, we had a super chat. Just noticed. But bam! Tommy Krat. I like that intro song. If you could play that, and the new set looks nice. The intro song. Which one? Which one? The Zelda one or the Xenoblade one? Tommy Krat. We played 2 different ones. We played a Zelda one twice. It was the same one. Or do you want the Xenoblade one? The Zelda or the Xenoblade one? The Zelda one? Okay. I was playing that from my browser. I'll just go ahead and grab that. That was being played in my YouTube. So I will, one, set it at an appropriate volume. Turn off our lo-fi here. Set it at an appropriate volume here. We'll mess around. All right. We got that up. I could adjust the volume on the fly. All right. Thank you so much for the $10 Tommy Krat. So we got to come up with names. So our total is easy, right? Our total right now You know, we're at $9.99. We'll go ahead and adjust this here. We'll move our total. Actually, I think I'll shrink the total a little bit smaller. All right. So we got to come up with our top super chatter name and our top gifted member name. What are we doing? What are we doing? Besides me doing a shot, what are we doing? What do we got rocking for that? What do we got rocking for that? Name it Trickster. For top super chat, name it Trickster. Fool's Gold. Man. Trickster with an X. Because tricks are for kids. I like the Trickster with an X. Here, we'll do a poll for this quick. What should we name the top super chatter of the stream? Trickster. The other spelling of Trickster. I don't know what this means, but we'll throw it on there. Actually, let's do this one. All right. We'll do a poll to select this. I got to set this up. This is my first time setting it up on the new computer, so bear with me while we get it going. Oh, I also got to make sure this ticker is working. So is Tommy Crap showing up with his $10? That's another quick thing we got to find out. Mac Mega with 5. We'll see what this comes all the way back around if it shows Tommy Crap at the front. All right. Go ahead and... Those were the names they came up with, Mackerel. Spring Chicken? Really, guys? Oh, I was hoping Biggest D would win. So the Spring Chicken. And one day, Biggest D will come ahead. Well, there's still time. There's only 30 votes. You got 85 people right now. All right. Little Persona music. We'll just keep this music going as the background music for now. All right. That's interesting how you play that, and the new set looks nice. Thank you. Yeah, VG News. Well, we can talk about VG News in a bit. I'm interested in some constructive feedback. Today we... Oh, stop playing there for a moment. Today we actually had some negative comments on the show, which I find to be fascinating. Day 1, we didn't have any. Day 2, we had some. Most of it, though, didn't come with like any actual feedback. Most of it was, I don't like the new show, or I prefer your old video. None of it is like explaining what's wrong with the show. What don't they like about... Now, granted, it's a small amount of people in the grand scheme. It's a small amount of people in the grand scheme. You know, like if I just got to even like to dislike ratio on today's episode. Whoops. Used to use my other mouse where I could scroll over. 95.6%. You know, 195 likes. So, 195 people love the show. There's only 38 comments. So if you look at the 38 comments, like one of the comments has 17 likes on it for like something not liking the show. But it's like, okay, but there's 195 people that like the video. So I don't know. You know, it's all right. I mean, Spring Chicken is so far ahead. It's clearly... All right, we're going with Spring Chicken, apparently. Don't worry. We have one more name to come up with. We got one more name to come up with. Let me go ahead and get this set up. I'm actually going to take this ticker. And I'm going to shrink it a bit. Because I want it to be smaller. This is assuming the ticker is even working correctly. All right. And then we're going to come in here with some text. We're going to add some text here. Spring chicken, huh? All right. So let's get some text here. Spring chicken. Actually, this should be this. Top SC of the day. Top total. I want to label these. I didn't have them labeled correctly on my other computer, so let me. All right, and this will be spring chicken. Man, that's some really big text. We gotta change the font on this. That font is horrible. Just Arial. I hate that I can't look at it until I hit OK and then I have to go back in. Wish I had a better preview window. Like the sample window is really tiny. I can't see anything because the word is so massive. I don't like that text either. What font did I use last time? I literally don't remember what font I used last time. Whatever. All right, we gotta add some color to that. Let's go with a gradient like we did before. Gradient that bad boy up. First color though, spring chicken. Right, we got some pink in that. Maybe some pink, and then maybe some yellow. How are we thinking on yellow? Oh, that's the background. Oh, here we go. Yellow. Okay, can I do anything else to this? Property. I mean, we change the size. I'm just seeing what options we get for this. We're kind of limited with the text. Gradient, direction, alignment, outline. Oh, let's put an outline on this thing. Ooh, that outline's not great. Can we get like a... Oh, we can get a bigger outline. And I feel like that outline should be black. Black. And then we'll resize this bad boy. No. Can't really read that. Spring chicken. So there's that. Now, what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna come in here. We're not done. Because we're gonna come in here. We're gonna duplicate this. How do I duplicate this? Do I just copy it and then put a new one in? Yes, I do. I'm gonna bring this down. Give me a second. Move this gray line down. By the other gray line. Lock that bad boy in place. All right. So we got our spring chicken. I'm gonna add one text in here. So, top dog. Let me go ahead and grab the outline. It's important we establish the outline. So what top dog is, this is a new one. This is just going to be the largest super chat of the day. like individual super chat, not like combining it together. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? This one's always just going to be called Top Dog. This name's never going to change. Where is my outline size? Okay. So Top Dog's never going to change in terms of its name. And then we still have... We have $9.99 at the moment by... what's his name? Who did the super chat? Who did the super chat? I got Lily Young. I got you as well. Just hold on. Tommy Crap. So Tommy Crap right now is Top Dog, and we'll get your member thing on showing here in a moment. Lily, Spring Chicken. At the moment, Spring Chicken is also Tommy Crap. All right. Let's center that more. All right. Now, next up is gifted member. April Showers. Oh, baby. Oh, I love that tall show. We're not even going to debate. April Showers. That makes so much sense. Top gifted. All right, let's see here. That makes way too much sense. April Showers. Not to be confused with Golden Showers. It's like the bold version of this font. It's bolded up. All right, and then we're going to go with colors. We're going to go with another gradient. Gradient. First color. Showers, we gotta go with like a rain color, right? Kind of rain-like, like that. And then this one should be like maybe even a darker blue. Oh no, that's background color. Sorry, this one. You can't really even tell; it's not dark enough. And then we make the gradient. Direction. Outline. The outline black. As thick as it gets, which is only 20. Bring this down. There we go. We got our April Showers, our Top Dog, our Spring Chicken, and our total. I think we're all set up. now. Now I can actually get the rest of the stream that you guys want me set up. We got to feature Lily Young here. Let me filter. Lily Young has an important celebration, and a very important celebration for Lily Young. Let me organize the chat here. I'm trying to remember. No, not that one. Filter. Hold on. Really? Why did that not do anything? Weird. Well, I guess it didn't work for Lily. Sorry. Well, Lily, I guess I can't feature you. Oh, I thought I could. Well, Lily had an important one. I mean, apparently it doesn't work on member chats. It only works on super chats. Lily said, glad to be a blue bomber. Thanks, community. You can barely hear the horn, I know. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Not to be confused, though, with Doggy here, who dropped one as well. And we're going to move that. It's all right. We can move that. Where are we going here? Feature chat overlay. Okay, just raise it up. There we go. Please, Nintendo, take full control of Pokemon. Thanks. Yeah, that would be nice, but probably won't happen. Appreciate the chat, though. All right. I saw his video. It's on a patent. I don't really understand why the patent matters so much. It's basically just about a dock that has a rotating thing, and it's from 2021, so it's probably like a canceled idea. It's probably not something they're actually using. Let's go ahead and get to some of the questions from the chat. I just initialized PGF OLED. Gonna set it up in a little bit. Thanks again, Nate. Also, nice library. Hey, dude, Tall Show, you're welcome, man. Enjoy. Tall Show got his Switch OLED that he won quite a while ago. Congrats, man. Enjoy. Custom signed by me, Eric, and Yulia for his request. What was published April 2nd? I don't know what you're talking about. This chat was so long ago, I don't know what you're referencing. Let's see here. I'm gonna read some stuff here. All right, here it is. Are you going to do some streams on the new set? No. There is no current plans to stream from that set outside of like special occasions when we have to unbox stuff. Streaming from that set is complicated. Not impossible. Complicated. I have nothing set up there for streaming. All my streaming gear is right here and it's all wired up. Like, I have to use wireless mics, but then I can't monitor anything. I can't get the Stream Deck over there. I don't even have monitors for that set. Like, it is something that someday, when we make enough money, that I could take all the equipment I have here and have 2 of them. And then that set would have its own streaming setup. But we're just not at that point right now. Let's see here. VG News is good. Well, I'm glad you like it, Jack Saget. I sent you a vid of something I made for you on Discord. Discord. And some other ideas. I will send you files if you want them. I just was playing around with. So the only feedback I have is that it takes too long. If you notice in my videos, when I transition to something while I'm still talking or whatever, 9 seconds is a very long transition. Most of my transitions are like 4 seconds or less. It is a very neat concept. It's a neat concept, J-Taco. It's a neat concept. It just takes too long. All right, that's my feedback for you on that. Thanks, Joshua Gibbs. I appreciate it. Kappa, I love the new show, but for me, I have the idea the older ones were more exciting, gamerish. By having the cool music in the background, it made it feel less bland. Well, the funny thing about that, Kappa, is the music's only was in there for like 2 weeks. It was literally only 2 weeks of me doing the music, so I wasn't even around that much. And they were more exciting / gamerish. I don't think the music mattered. The music wasn't even gamer music. I think what people like about the old ones is it's one topic. So you can make like a really exciting title and thumbnail and it would get people more excited. VG News doesn't have like the exciting thumbnails, you know? So, and there obviously is not any big Nintendo news right now. So that plays a huge role in what I'm doing. Like I can tell you right now, I haven't recorded VG News yet for tomorrow. We will be doing it tonight, and I'm still like gathering stories. Like there was a lot that happened today, but like I want to make sure I'm gathering like stories people care about. When there's a lot of news, like So when there's a lot of news, it's like, okay, well then let's actually focus on the biggest stuff. So I got some stuff about Hollow Knight Silksong, a really big section on that. I got some stuff about Destiny and what's going on with Bungie in general. I got some stuff about that. I got a really good story in here about a new Prince of Persia game. Remember the last one's pretty good, and this one's even more exciting because the developers of Dead Cells are involved. But those are like the 3 I have right now. I want to get like 3 more stories in. I don't have any story right now that's specifically for Nintendo. That makes me a little mad. But we could do more than 3 more stories. But I kind of want to cap it maybe 6 on this one until I get better in a flow, and then I'll eventually expand to 10 stories. But I just don't have that ability yet. Let's see here. The Stoner or Jazzy Cabbage for 420. That is funny. Turped Up. Oh boy. I'm surprised. Dude, you know what I'm surprised? No one has suggested Bricked Up. So Venata 712 is popping up here for 300. What even is this ticker right now? That's not super chats. Are these just doing like, maybe I don't like that ticker. That ticker I don't think is presenting what I wanted it to present. Streamlabs, you suck. I told you to select the top 10 super chats, and I don't think you're doing it. Yeah, you're not doing it. You're doing like the 10 donations from the direct donations. That is not what I wanted. So you know what? You're gonna go away. You're gonna go away. We're gonna replace you. With this. Let's see if this works. I got a replacement for that ticker. That ticker is making me mad. Because it's not doing what I wanted it to. So let's see here. All right, we're gonna replace this with this. There we go. April member goal. We'll just throw that up there for now. All right. Hey, we got a $2 make ya holler. What is up, baby? Baby, what are we doing? Hell yeah. $2 make ya holler. Before we pop that off, though, I think it's time. Do you know what time it is? I don't know if you do, baby. Hell yeah. All right. That's all you get, though. That's all you're getting. There's no more. There's only a $2 super chat. That was only a $2 super chat. So for $2 super chats, this is what you get. You gotta turn this down. So it's only $2 super chat. So you only get a little bit. You only get a little bit for that. Only a little bit. All right. I'll update our total here. We hit 1198.
It's poison. You say it's love, it is poison. Schools where I learned they should
I get to crack a beer as well. We'll adjust that total a little worse.
With the poison, religion misunderstood is poison. Up in my hood, be given poison in hospitals.
Jimzo!
Children and elderly women run for their lives, drizzling.
Jimzo!
Must be out my
That's all you get. That's only $1. That's only $1. That's all you get. Thank you so much. Just when I updated the total, I gotta go update it again. All right. Oh, I already have a beer out. What am I doing? Let's crack a beer for that. A couple drinks. Plenty of information coming from Nintendo, hopefully sooner than later. That is the hope, isn't it? Let me look over here. Pat Goon says, I'm going to go to New York City in a few days and I want to visit the Nintendo store. Anything I should look to buy? It's whatever you feel like, man. In my opinion, not having music made it feel a bit more like a normal news show you see on TV. But the news so far has been interesting and loving it so far. Well, the idea of VG News is to go way more in depth on the stories and the background. We'll see how that goes. Terp time in the prime. Oh, jeez. April showers. We got that one. Jimzo with another $1. That's all you get. That's all you get. Thank you so much, Jimzo. Appreciate the support, man. Appreciate the support. All right. Natsu tossing out the 5 free songs. He is DJ Nasty. He likes to get down like that sometimes. Let's see here. Your activity. Hold on, we gotta go ahead and heart these super chats. Came in heart. We gotta better heart that one as well. I think I hearted those. All right, we got all that. You can talk about Lego Ghostbusters game in VG News. The Lego Ghostbusters game. Is there any like news on it today? Lego Ghostbusters. Like, is there any news that popped up today for it? Besides the $240 Lego Ecto. Lego Ghostbusters game. Is there a game? Oh, it was announced. They announced one. But is it actually like a real announcement? Nah, it was an April Fool's joke. Wait, what? Is it not? Wait, maybe it's a real one? I'm so confused. I see an April Fool's prank story. I do not see an actual Ghostbusters Lego game on here. That's new. There was a an April Fool's Day prank for one, but that's not the one we're talking about. Also, I just realized why. Well, you know what? I like the vibes right now. We're kind of chilling. I don't have the studio light turned to me, so we're just like ambient light only, and we're just vibing. I like this vibe. I like this chill vibe. Plus, I like how it looks like there's makeup on my face, but actually my skin just kind of looks this good. I don't know what it is about my skin. Just, I don't know. Yulia gets mad at me every day that my skin looks so good. I have 0 skincare routines. I don't do shit. It's just au naturel. Try Arc browser on your Mac. I'm not on Mac right now. I have Arc browser on my Mac. I'm on Windows at the moment. My streaming computer is a Windows computer. Oh, Joshua Gibb. I can confirm, by the way, if you're the person who said like you're a developer, that the Arc browser does not work for my featured chat. I have to use Chrome. It is a Chrome add-on that doesn't work on the Arc browser. And it's a custom-made one, by the way, by a person. I can tell you the name of it. I think it's called Stream Ninja. You want to look it up, but it does not work on the Arc browser. So when I pop my chat out from the Arc browser, it does not import into OBS to let me do everything. So I have to keep using Chrome regardless with live streams. Yeah. So I don't mind the Arc browser. I do use it on Mac. It's not the only one, you know. I'll still use Chrome here and there, but I like the Arc browser on Mac. I use it a lot. But obviously, you know, it's only in beta on Windows, and I'm not going to run, you know, beta stuff for official live streams and stuff like that. That's just not. I don't need to deal with any, you know, crashing or memory leaks and other stuff. I mean, I could download it and mess around with it. I just won't use it for a live stream. And the primary reason I use Chrome on live streams is for this add-on that doesn't work on any other browser. Technically, there is a beta version of this for Firefox, but yeah. Chrome, I mean, Chrome works just fine. I don't really have anything against Chrome outside of, like, the fact that incognito mode was gathering data, which is kind of bullshit. Not that I use incognito that often. I'm out of money now, but it was worth it. All right, well, I'm glad you felt like it was worth it. That's what matters to me. The lighting looks better. It's just dark mode. Dark mode Nate. It's kind of weird how I have things set up, too. So my one studio light is now further back. It's bouncing off the wall, but it's bouncing to the other set. The main light on the other set's actually a light that's above that has no direct shining on me. It's kind of interesting. And then we have this light over here, which is, I call it the Eric light, because that's pretty much the only reason it's here is for Eric. It looks fine when I have both these lights turned on, crossing, and the lighting looks good over here, and the lights are much further back now. So even though they were shining on me, I wouldn't be as bright as I was before because I was a little too bright. Anyways. What's up, J Biggs, aka Big J NYC? So yeah, I see nothing about a Lego Ghostbusters game. Any new stuff? Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. There will be plenty of information coming from Nintendo, hopefully sooner than later. That's the hope, man. We're hoping for a direct, right? We keep hoping for a direct. Indie World something. Let's see here. This is some more apps from the chat here. What would you consider to be the best Nintendo waifus? Look, Pyra Mithra. I think those are just like top tier right there. You can argue Samus, you can argue Princess Zelda. I'd listen to those arguments. I think Pyra Mithra clearly at the top. It's pretty hard pressed to top those two. Same two, you know the deal. Yeah, you can have a song request for your member chat, Lily. That's fine, especially since I couldn't show it on screen. Let me see if that's just broken in general. No, it's just only logging super chats. Okay, so now I know that doesn't work for member chats. Good to know. So that way I make sure I rush member chats out so they don't fly off my screen. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to sit here going over, you know, talk about waifus, you know, like I don't even know. You can go to Fire Emblem. There's a lot in Fire Emblem. You can argue like every female in Fire Emblem. So we'll just leave it at that. I'm out money now, but it's worth it. Well, I'm glad it was worth it for you. Okay, did the Arc thing. Okay, cool. I'm caught up on all the ads. So what do you guys think is going to happen in the second half of 2024 for Switch? I'm very curious what you guys think we're going to get. Look, we know through June. So what are we getting in the second half? Right now, there are 0 games published by Nintendo scheduled for the second half of this year. Now, we'll probably have a direct at some point, but new Switch is an attachment to the OG Switch? Yeah, I don't think so. Is that a reference to Switch Attach? Eventually, I need to start using the keyboard again. Blackstreet is money. My favorites don't leave. Okay. Did I see the Switch 2 dock? I saw a patent that looks almost identical to the current dock, except you can spin it. You can take this little thing. Here, let me show you a little bit here. This is my Switch hookup to my set. You could take this box here that these are plugged into, moves to the middle, and there is a slot on this side and a slot on this side, and you could spin the dock one way or spin it the other way. That's what we saw. To me, it just looks like an alternative to the current dock, and also it's a patent that began in 2021. I don't really think this is the new dock. Now, I have to dig more into it, but I personally don't think it's the new dock. Could be wrong, but this is just the way things are right now. I think it was a canceled idea. The fact that it's in a public patent, you're not going to see anything that's actually in Switch 2 in a public patent until Switch 2 is announced. I'm just going to throw that out there. So this is an idea they're probably not using. Updated. That's good. There you go. That's a bit better. Now, I don't know. You'll have to help me, Josh McGibb. I've never used motion into Final Cut. I'm not a motion user, just like I'm not a what is it for Adobe? There's that Adobe app that you use to create motion stuff for. I've never used that either, so I might need your help to get this imported and implemented. But I do like that. After Effects, yeah, After Effects. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, and I've never used After Effects either. I might even say it's hard to use those things. I've just personally never learned. And now that I'm on Mac, you know, it is nice that I can edit in 2 different programs, though. But I mean, I'll do all my actual editing on Mac. Believe me, I couldn't even get dude. If you notice, by the way, VG News is what 4K 60 FPS. I don't know if anyone else noticed. Anyone else noticed that it's 4K 60 FPS? I'm just saying, I don't know if anyone else noticed. Just throwing it out there. Probably not, since no one's mentioned it. But for me, I wouldn't be able to do that without. Well, I could probably do that with this computer, but before I built this one, I wouldn't be able to do that without Mac. Also, my Mac is doing weird things. One thing I hate about Mac is not having enough storage. Pisses me off. Anyways, Rormy comes in with the $10.71. Oh, baby, 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 baby. You know the deal. You know the deal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Roar me. He would become the top dog and the spring chicken all in one. All in one. So let's go ahead and get this updated here. We got 1071 by Roar Me. Who also had the highest super chat of the day so far as well at $10.71. Roar me. All right. We'll update our total as well. So much to update, baby. Man, we have hit exactly 24 doll hairs, apparently. Somehow. That's just what it says. All right. Midland's Lament. Good choice. Let's get a shotty in. Have you considered Eric your enemy before or vice versa? My enemy. Why would Eric, my best friend, ever be my enemy? We've never been enemies. Heck, we weren't even rivals. We went to different schools, but I went to a Catholic school, Catholic private school. He went to the public school, and we never played sports against each other. We both were in band. and we'd sometimes perform at the same events, but we didn't perform competitively, so it was always just friendly. So there's literally like not a single time that we've been enemies or like rivals. When we do things like when we're in Madden, right? Like he'll have a team in the AFC or I'll have a team in the NFC or something. But I mean, that's not really rivals. That's just us playing video games. I don't really think that there's been any situation like sports. You know, last time him and I played 2-on-2 basketball, him and I were on the same team. So like we kind of just do things together, you know? All right. What instruments do I play? Oh, by the way, I just noticed Rormy. You remember her name from Dinosaurs? I see your profile picture. You better know her name. You can't rock that profile picture and not know her name. You better know it. I'll be very disappointed if you're rocking it and don't know her name. Most people only seem to ever remember the baby's name. It only goes to 1080p 60 FPS in my settings. It should be 4K. I'll be mad if it's not. You know what? They might have hid 4K behind premium. 4K might be hidden behind premium. Let's look together. What? Or I messed up, or maybe I messed up this episode. No, I messed up this episode. Sorry. That's my bad on rendering out. I forgot to render it out at 4K. If you go to yesterday's episode, I'll show you guys. Yesterday's episode, you see the 4K. I forgot to render it out at 4K today. That was my bad. All right. Fran. There it is. I'm glad you actually know the name. I've seen people post pictures of her online and did not even know her name. Some didn't even know what show she was from. That made me really upset. All right. Joshua Gibb, I hope over the summer to become a Mythic member. That would be sick. That would be absolutely sick. I'm going to go ping Bama. I've been waiting like multiple days to let him know what we got going on. Why are you sending me? What? Oh, wait. Is it? Wait. My episode yesterday is in 4K? He just sent me proof that my episode yesterday was in 4K. Anyways, do you guys have any feedback on VG News? Anything I could do to make it better? Whether it's editing wise, how I'm handling talking about things. I mean, you can comment on the background if you want. I'm probably not going to make too many changes to the background. The background is what it is. It's a mix of practical and for show. My background. It's a mix. So there's some practicality to it. You know, having easy access to tools that I'm using all the time. And yes, I'm even using it. The reason the tools are in my office studio is because I'm using them in my studio like all the damn time, believe it or not. It's crazy how many times I'm using tools in here. But then you see the gaming mixed in. You know, it's kind of a mix. We have an Xbox controller, a PlayStation sign, obviously Nintendo stuff. We got Star Wars in the background. Kind of getting a mix of all my interests. We have the Wind Waker sword. Finally have a use for it on the set. It's hanging on the wall. Explosions. More explosions. Let's keep this updated. I keep forgetting I have the other chat over here. You know what I realized I need? I need a chat monitor. I need like a little monitor down here so I could have the chat up twice. Here's what I'm going to do instead for today. I hate having to like wreck my neck way over here to look at the damn chat on my laptop. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm on Windows, baby. Snapping just works on Windows. I'm actually mad this doesn't work This literally does not work on. Oh, what a good song. Sorry, I'm distracted by the sun. Snapping does not work on Mac. You have to like manually resize, and it's dumb. There's a there's a hotkey for it too, but the hotkey's lame. All right, now that I have this here, some Queen, baby. All right, sorry, I love this song. Have I ever dreamt with Eric? The answer is no. What instruments do I play? I was a percussionist, so I can play piano, timpani, full set, snare drum, bass, lots of different types of different bells, and marimbas. But I haven't played a lot of this stuff in a long time, so I'd be really rusty. Except when you all played Smash against each other with the Wheel of Death on the line. Even then, like, we weren't rivals. That was just a friendly competition. Dinosaur's a great choice. I thought it was a great choice as a kid. I've rewatched a few episodes recently, and it wasn't that great. But when I was a kid, I thought it was awesome. I'm like, I see why this show didn't stick around. I think we will get GameCube on NSO later this year, and Switch 2 will drop with DS and Wii. Yeah, I don't see that happening. That feels like a pipe dream, Fire Soul. Could happen, but I think it's a pipe dream. Thanks for the timestamps. Well, yeah, VG News was always going to have timestamps. I mean, hell, there's timestamps up here with a ticking timer. That took Eric and I. Shout out to Eric. He helped me figure it out. Eric and I spent like 5 hours just figuring out the timers to make them work. Now it's just a copy paste, make a few minor adjustments, and good to go. But that was a pain in the ass to get working. And then obviously we have all the time. And it's only a pain in the ass because I'm just so limited in my editing skills with certain things. And you guys have noticed, I hope you guys have noticed, at least with VG News, there's a higher quality edit going on, right? We're not just like cutting. We have better transitions. We have things popping up on screen to provide information and facts. And the idea with like the printout script, because basically I script every episode, but it's kind of like a loose script. The idea is that I'm not supposed to feel bad about looking at the paper and just reading it while the camera's rolling. The idea is to be a more casual approach to news that feels approachable and gives you background information on the stories we're talking about. Like, I don't just want to give you the headline and the quote with VG News. I want to give you some background on what's going on because I feel like it provides more context to the conversations that people are going to have. So if you notice, I throw some quips in there. I throw a few jokes, but you're not really getting a lot of my opinion on the stories, right? And that's important to me, that it's more focused on having fun while being kind of casual and giving background information on the stories. Will some opinions slip in? Of course. But if a story's big enough, and when I say big enough, we're talking Nintendo-wise, that'll have its own video anyways, and I'll give lots of opinions. And like if Switch 2 is announced, we're going to have a separate video on that, and we'll also put it in VG News. So, yeah, there's not like a lot of Nintendo news right now. Not a lot of relevant Nintendo news. For sure. You should talk about the live-action Sims movie in VG News. Live-action Sims movie. I've heard of this, but is there recent news on it? There's nothing recent. The last news was like a week or two ago, it looks like. So there's no new news on it. So VG News is about, we're trying to stay current within the last day, maybe 72 hours. So there could be a story that happened today that doesn't make it in tomorrow, but then makes it in the next episode after that. VG News is a bit more fluid in how we bring the stories in. Like, we want to bring you the most up-to-date stuff. Some stories might not make the cut, but then we bring them into other episodes. Oh, I also saw someone earlier. I want to actually address this because I do think that this is a valid request. Someone asked earlier, and I'm sorry I don't remember who it is because your question's gone now. But they asked, what do you think about making VG News a once-a-week show? So what VG News then becomes is this really in-depth, long show, right? 25, 30 minutes on, maybe a bit longer, that recaps all of the big news from the week, but because it's such a deep dive show, it deep dives into that big news because that's the idea of the show. You deep dive in, and when it's at the end of the week, let's say there was a story that evolved over the week, right? Let's say Switch 2 is announced on a Tuesday, but there's additional news and additional stuff that happened and evolved over the course of the week. It would give a much more in-depth topic at the end of the week. I do think that there is some validity to that. There's also the fact that I don't have to, like right now the views aren't good, right? One thing I have to worry about is views. Views on VG News isn't very good. And I know that. And I'm not dumb. Yeah, it could be 40 minutes to an hour. It could just be a super long, really, I mean, it's going to depend on the news for the week, right? It'll probably never be shorter than 20 minutes in that case, but it could get, there's no time limit. The show goes as long as it needs to go. It also lets me edit it kind of throughout the week. So as an example, if I already have a couple big topics that I don't think are going to evolve, let's say sales data, I could already record that section. But the problem with recording that section is I'll have different clothes on different things, and I really can't record anything until Thursday. But it's one of those things where I thought about tossing it as an end of week show before because of how time consuming it is. And how, let's just put it this way. That question that was asked about making it a once a week show is something I have considered already because the show it's based on is also a once a week show. And it makes a lot of sense as a once a week show for that particular channel because they're not a news channel. They're focused on a whole lot of other stuff. So having a news show that's once a week makes sense. Whereas I am literally a news channel. It's what I do. Now, I think one reason some people might want it once a week is one, it has more than Nintendo in it. And so for a Nintendo channel, more than Nintendo, once a week seems more appropriate. That is something I do understand. Once a week, you get your update on everything else, plus updates on all the big Nintendo stories. I think there is a possibility that we do transition it to once a week. That is not going to be the case right now. But I think this is one of those things that once Nintendo ramps up and there's enough going on for daily videos, it would make a lot of sense to transition VG News to once a week. And then what we do is we expand VG News to more than once a week when Nintendo is very slow. Also, it's possible we do mini VG News episodes, but I'm really worried about the mini ones not being great. So I think there's some validity in the request to make it once a week. For now, we're going to do it every day. The goal is to have it out by 10 a.m. I don't know if tomorrow's episode is going to make it out by 10 a.m. It might. I'm going to try really hard to make it happen. Like, I'm going to record tonight. I'm going to edit a little bit tonight. And then I'm going to try to do a bulk of the editing tomorrow from 7:30 to 9 and try to get it done. But it's a whole thing where I have to so I've had Andres Restart talk to me about the show behind the scenes and other friends of mine because they really like the show. Almost all the feedback I've gotten has been extremely positive. But the views aren't there. And this is my job. And I told you guys I can't have multiple months making really shit money. I just can't. I'm not at that point that I can survive that. So I have to be conscientious of that I need to do things that will get more views. But Nintendo's not giving us those things. But I'm not going to become what is it? I'm not going to be reviewing games. I'm not going to be doing retrospectives. I'm not going to be this person creating lists. I've seen people say, why don't you do more lists, more top tens? That's just not what I enjoy. I don't even watch that content. It's not what I watch news. I enjoy news. So I'm going to keep doing it daily for now with the caveat, an ongoing conversation with the community that once things really ramp up with Nintendo, we might transition it to Friday. Maybe Saturday's more appropriate. I don't know. Friday probably. Saturday might be more appropriate, to be fair. End of week. Hit Saturday. Let's see here. I go to Spawnway for non-Nintendo during Newsway, but for everywhere else, I'm not interested in watching non-Nintendo news. I mean, and that's fair, but I would say I would counter that with two things. And I got nothing against Spawnway. I think John's a good guy, great guy. He's been nothing but friendly to me the entire time that I've known of him, and even had conversations with him. What I will say is there's two things with that. One, I think Spawnwave does some great stuff. I really enjoy his show. I also don't think that he should be the only show that exists like it. And if you look around, there's not a lot of general news shows like that. They just don't exist. He's kind of got a monopoly on it, and I don't think that's right. And I'll explain why. Because of point number 2. One thing I don't enjoy about a lot of these news videos and a lot of these news shows on lots of various channels is they don't ever provide the full context of the story. They just go into what's the headline today. So let's say I'm tuning in and I'm hearing this story about, I don't know, a new NVIDIA GPU, right? The 5000 series of GPU. And here's a quote, and here's some information, here's an opinion, and you take a few minutes with that, and you move on. Well, as a viewer, I might be going, why is this important? What does this mean compared to what they've promised in the past? What does this have to do with, well, I have a 4080 right now. What's this mean for me? So it's one of those things where I don't always feel like the depth and the context exist in a lot of these shows. And this is why I've been heavily inspired by Gamer Nexus's hardware news show. Because he does it only once a week, but one thing I love about his show is he goes so in-depth on the stories, providing so much background and context. And that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to provide. It is, I would describe VG News as a splash of little quips and jokes, just a splash. It's very minuscule compared to the totality of the show, but that's because that's my personality. I like to make little jokes and quips here and there, but I really want it to be more of a in-depth, a grown-up, adult conversation about news. I don't want it to just be, here's a bunch of the news, here's 12 stories, let's smash this into 10 minutes. There's a point to shows like that. That's like what Spawnwave does. There's a purpose and a point to those shows. But to me, they don't provide the depth I want. So I started realizing the more I was watching hardware news every single week over the last year, that there isn't anywhere in video games doing this. And I don't know why. So that's, I want it. And since no one was making it, I decided, hey, Nintendo news sucks right now. No one else is going to make the show I want. So why don't I just make the show? That's like the biggest inspiration as a content creator. I found myself wanting for a particular way for news to be delivered and given to people. And nobody's doing it. So I did it. And I find it interesting because I saw some complaints on my video today. Oh, I don't need this. I have Spawnway. But that's cool. Spawnway is great. If you just want a quick splash of the news, all the latest things that happened and done, fine. But I want to build an audience towards people who care about all of the story around the story. A grown-up show. not someone who's trying to browse Twitter and just get headlines. I even look at the way I'm titling my shows. They're not clickbaity, like, at all. They're straight up like, here's a bunch of the news that I can fit in a title at one time. Here's a thumbnail with some logos and some loose things that are about what we're talking about. There's no clickbait. It's literally just boom, 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 super in-depth. One thing I liked about the first episode, and sorry, I'm spending a lot of time on this topic, and this is a huge chunk of my day now. Literally, VG News takes up a majority of my time now. When we go look at the first episode, and we'll switch over here. We go look at the first episode of it here, and I might not use the same blue background on every single one, and I'm not always going to be wearing the Bucks thing either. We're going to be getting some different clothing that's more appropriate for the show. But anyways, that's just what I have right now. I'll probably get some other stuff. But one thing I liked about on this first episode, I mean, look at this top comment. Seriously, was not expecting this level of polish when I clicked on this breakdown. Watching fully. This guy literally watched the entire video, a 28-minute deep dive into 6 stories. Doing my part to show appreciation for all that work. Loving this new setup. The timer for each section is a neat addition too. I'm excited to see what you do with this set. And again, this was before I had the... this was just a temporary fill-in until some stuff arrived yesterday. You tried something different and it worked out. I appreciate the humor, as this time around it's more subtle and clever than before. It doesn't feel like you're just injecting it in, right? Like that was one complaint about prior attempts at making news shows was the humor would feel forced. This kind of feels like, no, this just sort of fits in, and the humor is like based on past actions of the company, right? So it's fun to make fun of that kind of stuff. Loving what I'm seeing behind you. Nice. Like, this is like all positive comments. Every comment on here is like, we love this. We love this. Then we get to this one. Now I'll admit, this was April Fool's. There wasn't a lot of really good stories. So we had 4 stories, and one of them's not really a story. And this is where, like, this guy has not wasting my time, which is kind of funny. I hope this comment was because I was very informative, because the 20-plus minute episodes is going to be the norm. Not, this shorter one that was only short, right? It was only 12 minutes because, it was April Fool's, so there wasn't a lot of real news. So yeah, you feel like you're trying to conform to the bigger news outlets are doing. How? The whole point of this, I made something that doesn't exist in the gaming space. So I'm really confused, but there's still really digging the new formula. Like, there's positive feedback too. But there's just people that are I think they just missed the individual topic videos, and I can't do anything about that. There is nothing to talk about. Nintendo hasn't given us anything, so here's what you get. I love the show. Now, it's important I love what I'm doing, but it's not the only way to do it. So, I don't know. Maybe the show's here's the thing. If the show never grows, if we keep staying at like 2,000 views, I mean, realistically, I can't keep making it. I mean, that is something as well. I have to be realistic that, hey, I don't like to talk about money, but we gotta make money. You know what I mean? We gotta make money. It just has to happen. We can't just not make money, or I won't be able to make the show, for starters. That's number one. Like, if you love the show, well, I can't. It's very time consuming. How many views? I mean, the show at some point needs to start averaging over 10,000. It eventually needs to average over 10,000 views an episode. I can't be making like $2 to $3 an episode. It takes. There's a ton of research. I spend a lot of my day researching and script writing, and then there's the recording session. The recording session is not too bad, unless it might be an hour if I make a lot of mistakes. But it's usually what I like to do is I like to do a dry one. I like to do a dry run with the show, because one thing about a dry run is, even though I wrote the script and I did the research, a dry run. And I didn't do a dry run for yesterday's episode. I read the script through on a dry run out loud like I'm trying to record. Then what happens is, now that I've read through the script entirely out loud one time like I'm making a video, now when I record, I actually have a lot of what I said in the script memorized because I just talked about it. And so then I don't have to look at the papers as often. That's what happened with the first episode. I actually had to record it twice. And because of that, I ended up not looking at the papers as much the second time. I still keep them organized and stuff, and I don't care about looking. I told myself I can't care that I'm looking at it because, look, it doesn't bother me as a viewer. Like, you'd rather things be accurate. You're not expecting me to memorize everything, and we don't have a giant teleprompter. So, I'm just doing what I can. Anyways, I'm just, look, the show's not for everyone. So can we get the show up to 10,000 views plus? I don't know. My goal is I'm going to stick with it for a couple of weeks, every day anyways, Monday through Friday. And we're going to see if the views are going up or if they're staying down and not growing. If we're not seeing any growth, at that point, we might move it to a weekly show. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Remove the paper towel. Nope, not removing the paper towel. I'll tell you why I'm not removing the paper towel. I'll tell you why. Yes, there's paper towel on the set. I will literally tell you why I'm not removing the paper towel. So, the reason the paper towel is not going to be removed is the set is supposed to feel like it's something I actually use. It's not just for show. That's the idea. It's called a practical set. It is not just for show. Everything on that set that isn't gaming related is something I literally use multiple times per day. All of those tools. I do a lot of tool shit in my house. It is a practical set. That is what I love about it. It's not me pretending or building a set just to have a certain look or a certain vibe. It is literally a well-organized, put together set with things I actually use. Paper towel is one of the biggest things I use. I use paper towel almost daily. That's it. Almost daily. I also have children. But the paper towel in my office, it probably gets used about 3 times a week. You got to clean my monitors, clean my equipment off. And I need to get more microfiber cloths. I only have one, and it's actually kind of raggedy, and I need to get some more. Yeah, the kids is a big one. We go through a lot of it with kids, but in my studio, I should be using more microfiber, but I just don't have any. I got to buy like a giant box of microfiber cloths or something. Your stream just restarted. Also, we haven't had any like connections issues, right? We haven't had any like suddenly we're dropping. We've been streaming now for over an hour. So we're good? That's one thing. Yeah. So hopefully that was just a wireless hiccup. There'll just be a note to self, don't stream on wireless, because we're wired in right now and we're not having problems. So hopefully that was just a wireless setup thing and it's not an issue with wired. So good. Good. We had that, like, knock on wood, the stream's not over, but here's hoping that it continues to be pretty awesome. Graffiti the brick wall behind you. Nah. Graffiti's not really my thing. I love the setup. I wish the news was more Nintendo Center, but there isn't anything. So, yeah. Here's what I want to say about VG News. While we're covering everything, I want to be clear. If there's Nintendo news, it's going to take up half or more of the damn show. I want to be very clear. We're a Nintendo first channel. Nintendo news is going to take up ideally half or more of every VG News episode. We just don't have anything. I'll tell you this. Just looking at my episodes, let me bring it back up. Let me go back to the prior episode. That's like a normal one. So like, let me switch over. You know, look at the sections here. Here's a Sony thing. We got about 3 minutes, 3 minutes and 50 seconds or so of Sony. And then we had a Spiral 4 one. I spent more time on this one. Now, why did I spend more time on Spiral 4? One, there was a lot more information on Toys for Bob to go over because this show didn't exist before, so we needed to go over everything that happened with Toys for Bob that might have led to this, plus it involves another YouTuber. Also, Spiral 4 might be on Switch or Switch 2. So, I wanted to spend more time on something that might be more relevant to my audience. Okay? Then look at Pokemon TV. It starts at 11:25, keeps going. We spent more time on the Pokemon TV shutdown, which is a very little show, than we did talking about PlayStation 2 sale stuff. So I made sure that we gave this Pokemon TV, which is like our only real Nintendo topic, actual time. And I'm like, well, how can I talk about Pokemon TV being shut down and make it interesting? And I said, well, let's go over all the places you can currently watch the anime still. So I was like coming up with these ideas like, okay, what would I want? What background would I want on the Pokemon TV app? Okay, when did it launch? When did they announce it was going to shut down? When did it officially shut down? How have they approached this with other platforms? What other services is it available on? And then I'm like, what other questions would I have about Pokemon TV? What jokes could I make? Well, if we're going to make any sort of joke, why don't we make a natural reference that the Pokemon company said they were going to shut something down, and they did it, but when they said they were going to fix Scarlet and Violet, they didn't, so they're really quick to, do what they say when it's negative, but not when it's positive. So I thought that would just be a very clever, like, sort of mini jab that isn't a big deal, but is also kind of gets a smirk, right? Like when people get to that section of the video, if you know, and you might get a little smirk out of it, right? That's all it was meant to do. Like, Pokemon Company has been a big part of my life, but I just thought it would be a way to make that story more interesting. Now, this one we needed to spend a bit more time on. I thought this might be a more fascinating story, one, because it deals with PS5 Pro. And so we hadn't talked about PS5 Pro on my channel at all, so I needed to spend more time giving background, going into the specs and all this stuff. I thought I made some clever little quips in there as well. References to the Triforce and other stuff because of the Trinity name. I don't know. And then this story we spent the least amount of time on. I don't like talking about it. This story is like very politically driven, and you guys know I don't like that, but it was a big story, so I wanted to make sure we covered the whole Russia thing. Well, I made that my shortest section because I don't like going into politics stuff. And then Unicorn Overlord had another big section. Why? Because Unicorn Overlord is on Switch. But none of these are like really big stories for like Nintendo. The two Sony stories are pretty big. So I don't know. I also had all weekend to put that episode together, which was easier, not for editing. Dude, I was up till 2 a.m. editing that episode. Yeah, like I'm not really injecting a lot of opinion per se. There's some. But it's done in a hopefully non-intrusive way. Anyways. Let's get the chat back up. What about VG News merch? I have to get an official VG News logo. I don't have one right now. But I had thought about a VG News merch. If the show takes off, we'll probably do something with it. Right now, my focus is on just making quality shows. Plus, you guys got to remember, we have like a reboot of the podcast coming up. The first episode of May. So we have that coming up as well that I have to work on all month. So while, by the way, keeping the current podcast going. Mike Odyssey made the new Nintendo Prime logo. I'll send you the files for it, and you drag them into Final Cut Pro transition folder. Okay. All right, Josh. We'll talk behind the scenes about making sure I get it right. I've never personally done anything. I've added add-ons to Final Cut, but I've never added like just one individual item. We'll go over it. We'll go over it. We'll make it happen. because I'm gonna be editing tonight. So if I toss that transition in tonight or something, I'm just gonna edit a little bit. I just like to get started. I like to get through the first topic in my edit. Gives me a good start for tomorrow for the editing. Gets me into a bit of a flow. Birdman Senpai with the $2. That's all you get. Back to the music. It's only a couple bucks. Hell yeah. I'm glad I got that back. Let's see here. Thanks for the $2. Let's go ahead and have some cerveza. Cheers, man. Won't be done for the night. That's all right. Yeah, if it's not done, that's fine. I already have, obviously, a few transitions I use, and I won't use that transition you made for every transition, right? But I'll use it a lot. It's a pretty cool transition. You got some talent, man. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the help making things feel more unique around here. All right. By the way, scroll up. My chat jumped. Kappa said, by the way, have you considered releasing VG News in a premiere? No, because people might want to skip around right away, and you can't do that on a premiere. Paul Gale shirtless in the back. We're not Review Tech USA. We're not going to start putting shirtless men in our background. It is due to copyright that snapping does not work on Mac. You have to go to get Tile. Oh, you have to get an add-on. Dude, copyright. I'm sure Windows has a copyright on it. But why don't they, like... Can't they make, like, their own version that doesn't infringe on the copyright? It has to be possible. I mean, they have snapping sort of on the iPhone already, so I don't... Anyways. I'll look at Tile on Mac for it. I would... That's one thing I would like, is snapping on my Mac. Especially since I edit on a 49-inch ultra wide, so it'd be really nice if I could organize things that without having to custom resize every single time. It's dragging that has it. Yeah, so I hate the shortcuts, man. Oh, I just hate it. Like, maybe it's just I'm used to I don't know. I love the dragging, snapping on Windows, man. It's so nice. It's just a very nice feature. Look, I got nothing against any operating system, whether it's Mac, Linux, this Steam Deck, Chrome OS. It's fine. They all have their goods and bads. But I really do like how Windows snapping works. I know it's not a new feature. They've had it for a while. Get to our next one here. Dude, by the way, so I haven't streamed on PC in like over a year. And I just want to say, now that I'm doing my live streams back again on PC, this is buttery smooth. Last time I was streaming on PC, I thought it was a decent PC for streaming. This is so smooth. Even just like scrolling through the chat, it used to lag. Now, some of that's going to be my mouse. I'm using a decent mouse here. A brand I've never used before, in fact. It is a... Well, it's wired right now. Here, let me unplug it. Because it's a wireless mouse, but it's a really light mouse, so it doesn't have a very long battery. I can only get like a day out of it, and then I have to plug it in. But this is the glorious Model i2. And man, I don't care about the lighting up parts. I haven't even taken the tape off the sliders. Mostly because, you know, I gotta clean this table a bit and I don't want stuff on it. But dude, everything is just smooth. I mean, that's what happens when you have like a top of the line computer. I have DDR5 6400 megahertz CL30 RAM. 64 gigs of it in dual channel. So the RAM is a lot and blazing fast. Not the most I could get. But that is very, like, I've never had DDR5 before, so that's awesome. We have a 14900K on water cooling. We have a damn 4080 Super in here. I mean, it's a beast. Oh, and I played some games on it today because I'm like, dude, I have a beast of a computer. Why am I not playing games? I'm playing Age of Empires 4. None of my save data transferred, which pissed me off. So which actually ended up not making me mad because I like the campaigns in Age of Empires 4, so I'm just redoing all the Age of Empires 4s. So what I do with my Mac, it's not an iMac, by the way. That's a very specific Mac product. It is a Mac Studio, and I still use it every day. It is an editing computer. That is what I bought it for. I was always going to keep streaming through PC, but then my PC started on fire before I got the Mac. So the Mac Studio is definitely still in use. I literally, all the VG News episodes been edited on it. Any video uploaded to my channel will be edited on the Mac unless noted otherwise. Like I'd let you guys know if for some reason. Like one frustrating thing I'm having with the Mac right now. Oh, this pisses me off. So on my episode today, you'll notice there was no ending. Normally I have like the Nintendo Prime ending with some music. I couldn't put it on. Now it kept saying I didn't have space, which would normally mean my hard drive's full, which can happen. I only have 2 terabytes on the Mac Studio because Apple charges ridiculous prices to add more. Fine. I cleared out space. Still wouldn't let me add it in. Even when it said I couldn't add it in, I still had 500 gigabytes available, so there's no reason I shouldn't be able to add it in. It just would not let me add it in. And then it wouldn't let me add any more files in. I did restart Final Cut. I restarted the whole damn computer. Didn't matter. And my RAM was fine. Like I was pissed. Because I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, only 2 terabytes. Now, I only have 2 terabytes in my PC as well, but this is a streaming PC. If I ever start editing on it, I'll need to get some more. I mean, I'm gonna get more storage anyways because this is gonna be. I'm gonna back everything up to the PC file-wise, but download more RAM. But no, I really love editing on it, but I was so frustrated with it. So one, I know I'm working with bigger files because I'm using 4K files now. I don't know what to do. So I deleted all of my things today. After I got that video out, I went in and I cleared out all of my backup files that I had on Premiere. On Final Cut. So they keep backups of everything you do on Final Cut. So it can create these really, really big library folders. So I took the only thing I needed to save to keep doing what I'm doing. I took the timers, I copied them, I started a new library, I pasted them into their own library. So they're just there for me to always copy and use. And I deleted all the other libraries, which freed up, 1.8 terabytes of space, right? Because again, it's an editing computer. When I tell you all I do on that damn computer is edit videos, when the 2 terabytes is used up, it's from editing videos. There is nothing else on the computer. It's just me editing videos. So I'm hoping in clearing out the old libraries, making a new one, starting fresh, but then having, keeping what I needed to keep. I'm hoping that it just works. I'm hoping. But hope is all I have. So when I go to edit tonight, I will know if there's something else going on. Because if there's something else going on, I'm going to be very frustrated. It's the first time, by the way, I've been full before and deleted things and made room. But this is the first time I had room and I was having storage issues. So we'll see what happens. it'll probably be fine. It was probably just a one-off hiccup or maybe a bug in my library file, and it was just time for me to make a new library file. It's fine. I'm sure it'll all be fine. But it also was a nice reminder that 2 terabytes when you're doing 4K videos is just not enough. It's just not enough. And I already knew that when I got the system. It's so damn expensive, man. It's so expensive. Pisses me off how expensive it is. And I can't even manually upgrade it. So all I can do is hook up an external storage to it, which I probably just need to bite the bullet and have all of my edit files, all of my libraries stored on external storage. I mean, yeah, on the bright side, that should mean I should be able to hook that external storage up to a Mac laptop and have access to it, maybe. I don't know. Because if I could put the library, because it's the libraries that take up all the space. It's the libraries. It's because they're making backups of everything you do constantly, and I love it. But it also makes for these massive size libraries. So if I had like a 20 terabyte external that was running at really good speeds, by the way, over USB-C, of course, Thunderbolt. They have Thunderbolt. So if I was running really fast external storage at 20 terabytes, I could maybe relocate the files to it, the libraries. And then what's nice about that is when I get because I'm going to be renting like a MacBook Pro for when I go on my cruise, I could just bring the external storage drive with, and that should not only have my file, have my old libraries, and I should be able to just plug it in, and it should just work. In theory. We'll see. I don't know, but I'm hoping that it just works in theory. Well, we'll see. That's a purchase that might be coming here when I'm like literally around the time I lay down the money to rent the MacBook for the trip. I'd like to just buy one, but it's not in the budget at the moment. Next big purchase is the new camera and lens. So, I think it would make it even more special by doing it weekly. It'll give you more time with editing and stuff. So the funny thing, Kappa, with that is it doesn't give you more time with editing. You would think, oh, you have all week to make that's just not how it works. It's a news thing. The stories are evolving. You can't even sit down to record until the day before the show goes up, which is exactly how it works currently. It doesn't give me any more time for editing. I still would have the same amount of time. I would just have a more packed show. So, and yes, editing does legit take. One thing I do like about VG News that I've the last, especially yesterday's episode, but even today, is I am proving to myself that I'm a better video editor than I realize when I actually try to edit. Like I'm not great, but I can pretty much make anything happen if I see it. It just might take me a week to figure out how to do it. Just like me and Eric figuring out how to do the timer. Like that was a whole process. Lots of videos watched and tutorials, but we figured it out. So it's like, I like that timer a lot, by the way. I really like that timer. But it's I try. And yeah, obviously I use add-on packs and things that make certain things easier, certain transitions. Right now I'm working on something to make quotes better. I'm still working on that. Because right now the way I do it now, the one thing I don't like, I like the animation coming in, but I don't like how long it lasts. And I'm pretty sure I can make it last longer. I just have to dig into how to make those things last longer. And that's something that's on me. I got to figure that out. I used to know how to do it because I did it in a Final Cut video last year where I took something that had a preset amount of time the animation and the thing would last, but there was a way you could extend it, and I just don't remember how to do it. But I'll figure it back out again. Because I don't like how I did quotes in the last video. It was way too tedious. And it didn't need to be that tedious. It should not have been that tedious. But I'll dig through and figure out what it is I have to do to, because it's not as simple as hitting the time symbol and then slowing it down and making it last longer. Like, it just doesn't. No, there's a way to make it go longer. I just have to figure it out. Yeah, I'm a good editor. I think I'm a solid editor. I hope people are just, some people did notice, as I said on my first VG News episode, like, holy shit, like, this is a way higher quality production than they ever expected. Yeah, because you're not getting that level of production. That's one thing I noticed, is you don't get that level of production quality in a lot of this Nintendo content creator space. Like, it's just not there, especially with news. It's very lazy edits, and I will still be doing some lazy edit videos. Any single topic video is going to be pretty lazily edited, but it's meant to be, because it's meant to be quick. You're trying to get things out quick. You're not trying to spend 5 hours editing one video. Like, hey, Nintendo Direct was announced. You don't want me waiting 5 hours to get the video out. I gotta get it out now. See, a Silk Song now has a Microsoft Game Store page. Yeah. That's in the news. That's in the news for tomorrow. Funny, people wanted me to put it in the news for today because they're like, oh, because Microsoft's announcing Game Pass, it's going to be announced. I'm like, dude, there's just no way. That's not how Silk Songs is going to be announced. It's not going to be announced as a Game Pass release in a random. They'll make a much bigger deal out of the release date. So I knew it wasn't going to be like, I shouldn't say I knew. Had a very strong feeling there was not going to be any Silk Song news today like that. And I was right, which now means, now that I don't have to speculate on that, we can stick to what the actual story is, which is game page, ESRB rating. What does it mean? And right now, that is our longest story in tomorrow's show. But I still need more stories. If you guys have 3 other stories you'd like me to cover from anywhere in gaming, let me know. Hell, if it's Nintendo related, I would really love it, as I have no Nintendo specific news. Silk Song is getting a lot of time, as there's a lot of Nintendo fans excited for it. But we don't actually have a Nintendo story in the show yet. For tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, the Switch 2 dock patent would maybe be, it would be such a stretch to put that in. But if I did put it in, I'd go over everything, but then I would also have to do a lot of other stuff. Like, go into the history of patents with Nintendo and how most of them are not true. And, this one likely isn't happening either. And go into Furukawa's quotes about patents he made last year. And then I have to dive into, but despite that, there are rare instances when a patent is what's in something, but usually when that's happened, it's something that's already been announced. Switch 2 hasn't been announced, so blah, blah, blah. So I don't really know. It would be a very in-depth section if I did it. If I threw it in, it would be very in-depth. But it would just be, I don't know. It's potentially in there. That is one story we might throw in. I could do a single video on it. I had thought about that also, because it's such a big individual topic. It would do well as a solo video. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. It would do well as a solo video. But you know what it also means? It could do well in VG News, because I want people to check out VG News. So what I would end up doing is strategically titling it around this thing, and then mention, one other minor story, kind of like an old Prime News episode. Throw VG News at the end instead of the front like I've been doing. Make the thumbnail more about the Switch 2. I'd still have myself in the thumbnail, get more views, and hope that drawing more of my audience in keeps them there by checking out the rest of the stories and realizing, holy shit, Nintendo Prime is doing some different shit. This isn't like at all what I expected when I clicked on this video. This deep dive into patents, not just the new one, but its viability for news. And then from that, the second story I'd probably bring up is Silk Song, right? In the title. So I do think that as much as it would do well as an individual video, it would make sense to put it into VG News to maybe drive people to check out this new show. So I might just do the topic just because I know it'll drive people in. And it might not even be the first topic in the show. We might start with Silk Song, but like slapping that somewhere in the middle of the show, I think would work really well. Maybe it's the next, like I have three topics already. Maybe I make it topic 4 or something. Anyways, there'll be timers on screen and timestamps, and everyone should know how to skip around. And if they don't want to rely on timestamps or timestamps don't work for them, well, the time's on the screen. They can just fast forward to that time. So I don't know. There's a lot. That would obviously be one story. You guys got 2 more? Can we get 2 more? 2 more stories? Remember, the reason I'm asking as well, and what's nice about having these live streams is, I'm new to covering everything, so I don't really have like good sources for all video game news. So I really am just shopping around. Like things will sometimes come up on Spawn Wave where I'm like, oh shit, I missed that. Guess that'll go in tomorrow's episode unless it doesn't make the cut. It's kind of funny that way. The on-screen chat's 1,000 times better than it used to be. You mean because it just works? Or is it because it has people's user icons? So it actually, I don't know if I like the YouTube logo being there. I wonder if I could turn off the YouTube logo. Hold on, let me look at this add-on quick. I'm pretty sure I could turn off the YouTube logo. So that's one thing we don't need. We can get rid of the YouTube logo maybe. Streaming chat. Mechanics. Wait, no. Visibility. Hide source icon. Especially since we're only streaming on YouTube. I don't think it's got an update right now. Let me click on it, see if it saved it. Yeah, it's not hiding it yet. Trigger a fake message. Oh, damn, there's a new version of this. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm out of date. There's a new version available. Shit, that could be why. Maybe, well, I'll worry about that later. That could be why things aren't working quite. They put up a new version, so I might have to go update. It's fine. Natsu had to go. Later, Natsu, man. Let's see here. Thoughts on releasing VG News on Premiere. Already talked about that. You talked about the live action Marvel movie they just had new news. A Minecraft movie. Maybe. That's a possibility for a story. Did you see that Silk Song has... yes, I already did that. Okay, I read a lot of this stuff. My thoughts on a possible future Metroid movie. I'd love for it to be live action. Joshua Gibbs said do 2 times per week. Nah, if I don't do it Monday through Friday, it'll just be one day. It'll be one day. Have the Tool Time theme play before every VG News. Jeez. Can't do that. We have been good. I like the video game movie news. Talk about live action Minecraft movie. Alright. Let me look at Minecraft movie. What's the news? What's the latest? So 11 hours ago. Minecraft set photos preview cube-shaped trees. Dude, is it a live action Minecraft movie? What is this? These trees look really realistic. Is it a live action Minecraft? It's live action, isn't it? It is live action. Hot damn. Why? That's all I can say. Of all the things to be live action, Minecraft's the one that you're like, I don't really know about this. I guess we'll see what happens. So there were some trees. That's all we saw. The trees just look really realistic. We'll see. We'll see if that makes the cut. I mean, news on the trees, but there could be other news related or other stuff because I haven't talked about the Minecraft movie at all. So we'll see. I'll do a little research to see if anything comes up. I do not have any merch with the new logo yet, Joshua Gibb. Not yet. There will be some eventually. I just haven't got around to it. Dude, life is stupidly busy, man. We have not hit the April goal. The mystery April goal. It is a mystery. We're not even close to the mystery April goal. You have another one you started making? Cool, man. Well, thanks. I'm drinking Milwaukee's Worst right now. You mean the Milwaukee Best? Oh, that stuff is gross. Your parents weren't happy when you sent a ton of money. Are you still a kid, bud? I have no idea. You might still be a kid. Beats me. I lived with my parents, when I was 24 or 25 or something, but they definitely didn't give a shit what I spent my money on because it's my money. But I don't know. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Yeah, again, I lived with my parents. I guess it was when I was 25 for about 6 months, and then I moved out. It was just so I could save up some money to move out. I think it's the dragging that has the copyright. Okay, I read that. Won't increase watch time. Yeah, but wouldn't that increase watch? They could still skip once it finishes. Watch time's actually been fine. Yeah, I saw the switch patent thing. So I said it might make it into VG News tomorrow. Well, it probably will make it into VG News tomorrow. Although by the time people get done watching it, they might just think the patent doesn't mean anything. However, there will be lots of the caveats. There'll be evidence presented both for believing in patents and not believing in patents. There's going to be direct evidence shown for all of this. So, we'll see. I mean, the gist of the patent is moving the I/O box on the back of the dock to the middle, and then it twists to face different directions. So you can have cords come out one way or the other way. I mean, it's a neat idea. Probably a scrapped idea, but it's not like we know. And here's the thing. It's fine to speculate because Nintendo hasn't announced this damn thing, so we know nothing official. Nintendo, can we just acknowledge the existence? That would be nice. What's up, Will Sundara? And hey, credit to Mike Odyssey linking sources so people can verify the stuff that he put in his video. That is the way, my friend. That is the way. Linking sources. That is the way. I appreciate it. It also made my job easier for what I'm going to be putting in VG News tomorrow, so I can go over, well, a little bit easier. Because I'm going to have to go over a lot of other stuff as well. Let's see here. What's up? No, I am not. Greetings from Singapore. Well, thank you for being here from Singapore. Jimzo says, I found Nintendo tends to release directs when they are ready, and that isn't necessarily when their fans are ready. Your thoughts? One, fans are always ready. Fans want a direct. Dude, if we can get a Nintendo Direct every single week, every single day, we'd want one. I think they have, like any company, they have plans, and they plan ahead, and they have a general gist of every announcement they're gonna make here in 2024. But plans change, things move. So they are a business. They don't run on the fly by your seat of your pants kind of thing. They have a plan. They have deadlines. They have things. They just don't make any of that stuff public knowledge. So because it's not public knowledge, we're kind of just stuck twiddling our thumbs, waiting. That's just how Nintendo works. What's up, Mind of Christ? How you doing? Let's see here. Jai Black is Steve. All right, I have caught up to the chat again. We're good to go. We're just really anticipating because they skipped February. I mean, we had a partner showcase. They didn't entirely skip February. Or was that March? Gosh, when was the partner showcase? It was March. Wait, no. I don't know. It was February. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Man, I still gotta record my VG News episode. All right, so I need 2 more stories. I'm just gonna jot this down. Switch to doc patent ? Oh my god, I wrote Dick Patent. Whoops. Why did I, dude? Okay, I guess I is next to O, but come on, Nate. Come on. All right, Doc Patent, got it. So the stories we have right now, 3 of them are already fully scripted. We have the Hollow Knight Silk Song stuff, very long section on that. We have some stuff on Destiny and Bungie, and then Prince of Persia, a new game, and now we have to switch to Doc Patent. Can I get 2 more stories? I need 2 more stories. I gotta fully script and record this tonight. Hopefully easier stories. I don't have to research as much. I'm looking at like Nintendo news. I guess I could talk, if I want to slip more Nintendo in, we could talk about First Four Figures. Just announced a pretty epic Pokemon First Four Figure today for Venusaur. Venusaur? Is it Venusaur or Venusaur? I don't know. Maybe they're both wrong. Maybe the Minecraft story. Yeah, I mean, look, I can't find it. There's other stories out there, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, there's always sales going on. I'm going to tend to stay away from sales stories unless it's something pretty significant. Yeah, Paul Gill would love the First Four Figure story. Absolutely would. Also, as we're winding down the stream, I just want to give a general shout out to the whole of the Nintendo Prime community. Like, we have 100 people watching, but there's probably only like a dozen actually chatting. I know a lot of you guys that are watching don't tend to come into the chat. You just watch and chill. You watch my videos. You don't comment. Sometimes you don't even like or dislike. But I got a message from a fan today, and I'm not gonna say who they were, but it's somebody who's been following my content that I've been making online. And I say my content that I've been making because it's specifically about me since 2006. I've never seen them comment on anything. I've never seen them say anything in a chat or on a comment section. They reached out to me, and I get DMs and messages like this randomly about once every few weeks from some random person that I don't really know. And this person was reminiscing on like one of their favorite editorials that I wrote back on Zelda Informer, and how they related to it, and where they were in their life back then to where they are in their life today. Because obviously we're talking about a very long period of time here. We're talking like almost 20 years. Pretty crazy. So a lot's changed in my life, a lot's changed in their life. And they've been watching all the way through the Nintendo Prime stuff and all of my videos. And they're really hyped for Switch 2 and everything. But they said something I want to read. And stuff like this makes me hope that I can keep finding a way to keep doing this for a living. They said at the end of this long, heartfelt message, I wanted to say thanks for the last 15 plus years of you and your family helping me through the thick and thin with your content. Please trust in your heart that you help more people than you ever will know. And I hope messages like this help you ignore the noise and all the bullshit of having to deal with the internet. I'm going to stop there and not read the rest, but because again, you know, personal stuff. I just like, this is the majority of the people that watch the show. They don't comment. They might not even like the videos. You know, we have 135,000 subscribers. We don't have 135,000 comments and views on every video and everything. Most people are just fans from afar. But it means a lot to me when people reach out and leave messages like that to me. You know, whether it's in DMs or emails. When we used to have a P.O. box, I would get stuff in the P.O. box, fan letters that were just very emotional. Because people would tell me things about their life that I don't think people should be doing, but they were using it in context to explain like why my content means so much to them. Like, I'm just a guy talking. It's easy for me to be like, I'm just a dude that talks on the internet about news. Like, I can't be that big of a deal to people, but for some, my content is like their coping mechanism with life. And it's very hard for me to grasp that. So, I just wanted to bring that up because I'm very thankful for what we're doing here. Look, obviously, April hasn't started out great again. We're actually having a worse start to April revenue-wise than we had last month. Maybe we'll bounce back, but we're trying something new, and trying something new is scary. This new thing could sink my channel, but I have to believe in what I'm doing. I have to believe in what I'm doing. I can't lose faith that I'm not making the right choice with my channel. So I just want to let my community know, the live stream community especially here, that you guys are awesome. And trying something new is scary. Trying something that isn't making me money is scary. My live streams, you know, haven't been popping off the way they were. Like the first 2 months of the year, the live streams were popping off big time, like every few streams. Now, you know, it's like once every 10 streams, and that's fine. Community support's always going to fluctuate in and out, but I just want to say thank you, and here's hoping, they'll knock on wood, that this all works out in the end, man. Because I want to keep making this content. I have to make content I believe in, and I believe in what I'm doing. So, here's to the future, and hopefully many, many years ahead of us enjoying content together, man. That's you guys mean a lot to me too. Obviously, there's levels of this: my kids, my family, my fiance, all this stuff. But you guys are an important part of my life as well. So I just wanted to make sure I addressed that before the end of the stream, because I realize most of my audience, they live in the shadows. They live in the shadows. I walk through the Mike Odyssey, you still here, bud? I don't know if you're still here. That's all right. He probably went to bed. It is late. You are important. Everyone's important. You could talk about the VG News that Konami is celebrating 60 million Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel downloads. You could talk about the Sonic 3 as wrapped filming. Yeah, so the Sonic 3 thing I thought was interesting, because that does suggest, like, what does Sonic 3 have a target date right now? Does it have a target date? December is when it's target date. So that's an interesting one, possibly good, because we could talk about the first two movies and how successful they were and the standards they set and how well it's been received by fans, and get into, you know, how it's really nice that it wrapped. There's some stuff I can go in with Sonic 3. You know, the problem with Sonic 3 is I can't show a lot of stuff on screen because it's a lot of copyright stuff, but now with my new show, it's actually better for that because I'm on camera a lot more. So I'm not as reliant on mixing things in. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! To me was a tough... So I saw that story today for Yu-Gi-Oh! I literally saw the story for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Konami's making a big deal out of it, the Master Duels. And I started realizing how much I don't know about Master Duels. It's kind of crazy how big that game is. I just don't think people care enough. Now, one story I did think about putting in was the Princess Peach Showtime. You know, there's a Tetris 99 theme this week for like, it's something Nintendo actually announced. You know, like a Nintendo of America put up, you know, like there's going to be a Maximus Cup event beginning this weekend involving Princess Peach Showtime. So I thought about bringing that up. And I guess for a smaller story, that actually might work a bit. So maybe that's the way we go is that one, because then we don't have to spend a lot of time on that story. But I could probably get a good couple minutes out of it. Like, I'm looking at the rest of what Nintendo put out today. They're still marketing Pikmin 4, which is pretty awesome. So that could be something. Maybe we do and we got video footage of it as well. Whew, loud. We got video footage as well that we can go over because they've obviously tested it. So yeah, maybe those are the two stories, or the Minecraft one, or maybe I mix the Minecraft and the Sonic one together. Although kind of different because Minecraft isn't done; they're still building sets. Whereas, yeah, so we'll see what I get to do, and I can always save the Minecraft one for another day when there's more news about it. So then I could bring up the old news and the new news together. Yeah, December 20th is the date that I saw when I just did a quick Google search. So maybe those are the two stories. I mean, let me go to my doc quick so I don't forget. Story 5, Sonic 3 movie wraps. Number 6, then we could just toss out the Princess Peach Showtime. 99 stuff. All right. because I got to write the script for it. I have script written through 3. 3's already a bit of a smaller story with the Prince of Persia stuff. I didn't go as deep into it as I was planning. But following that immediately up with a deep dive for the Switch, the patent is actually pretty good. So, Gearbox sold by Embracer. So that happened last week. That was almost gonna make it into the show on Monday, but it didn't. What's up? All right, what do we got going on? Oh, shit. You know the funny thing about that issue? I have the exact same problem on this. I've had it with this system, even out of the box. I think this is a common OLED system issue, and this pisses me off. Yep, now my left's disconnected again. It just did it. I barely touched it and it disconnected. And now it's doing it to my right one. Oh my god. I've had this problem. It's still not connecting. This is so dumb. Oh, now it's connected. See, it's so dumb. I wonder if... Yeah, you could RMA Nintendo. I wonder if we can look online. Because I'm having this issue too. Maybe we could both Google a little bit and see if there's like a specific reason the rail does that. And if there's like a quick fix. You know, like what if it's just like we need to put like a small piece of paper in to like get it to a certain position and have it stay there for handheld mode. Because like literally, the funny thing is, I fully tested the system before I sent it and I wasn't having that issue. But I am having it on this one. It happens all the time. I'll be in the middle of a game and it just disconnects. And that's even when it's in a grip. So, and then I have Yulia rocking the OG and she hasn't had any issues. So yeah, it's the moment I saw you describe this issue with the OLED I sent you, I'm like, oh, I literally didn't have that problem with that OLED when I was testing it, but I have that exact issue with this one. So it happens on both sides on this one too, which is really annoying. You know what? I'm gonna do some research into it. If there's like an easy at-home remedy, because like there shouldn't be anything wrong. Anyways, let me know what Nintendo says, or if you find something. I'm gonna Google this issue a bit too myself, because I've had it from day one with my system. This system, it's a pain in the ass. And then there it is. It disconnected. And it worked again. It's hilarious. And now the left one's like just so dumb. Oh man. You know what? It makes me feel even worse because this was a prize sent and it was working at my house. But then again, I wasn't doing extreme. I just tested it with a few games, and then I wiped it. Wild. Anyways, let me know what's up. Otherwise, contact Nintendo if you're gonna send it in for repairs, and if they tell you they're gonna charge you for it or whatever the case is, let me know, and I could probably cover the costs for that. Because I don't want you like sending it back to me and then it's just gonna be way more expensive and much bigger. Yeah, it's definitely like it, dude. It happens on my this OLED all the time. It happens on my son's Switch as well. Although I will note my son is very rough on his Switch, so I don't know that I blame the system for him. He's just very hard on that system. I'm surprised it hasn't broke worse. Yulia had it happen a little bit on her. No, Yulia has my original launch Switch, not an OLED, but she has loose rails. Her rails are just loose, and I know that. And I told her I could replace the rails, but she just doesn't want me to do it. And I said it's fine. I don't like dealing with the damn ribbon cable on the rails, anyways, because the ribbon cable on the rails is dumb. It's just the ribbon cable for the rails is one of the things I hate the most replacing on Switch. I told her I got some replacement rails, but she just won't let me do it. And I'm like, it's fine. I don't blame you, because if I rip the ribbon, it is what it is. Tiles. Okay, I'll look at that later. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm really sorry that's happening. Yeah, this is definitely like an issue with the system. And again, like if Nintendo won't cover it for free, and they might cover it for free, I don't have any idea. It's definitely a design flaw. I've noticed it way more with OLED than I have ever before. It's definitely a design flaw. Like right now, it's working normally. Everything's fine. Let me load into something here. Turn my volume down. There, while loading, and it just disconnected again. And now it reconnected. And here's the thing, this is so tight on here, like this doesn't move. It's got no wiggle. It's so dumb. It's just a bad design. I swore they changed something with the design, and maybe it made there have less wiggle on the rails, but man, I don't know. It's all magnets in there. Bama! Good thing I didn't end the stream yet. Bama comes in with the 5. Bama, I got something to tell you, buddy. I got something to tell you, Bama. For starters, you have come in and taken over this. You are our April showers for the day. You've given 5 showers to people, apparently. 10,000 noodles. Steak is high 84. Joshua Gibb, Shingami Moroku, and Keith Powell. Thank you so much, Bama. That's a shot, by the way. Let's finish this off. Oh, Bama, that's more than a shot. That's more than a shot. I got something to tell you, Bama, if you're still here, but hold on. Oh, we're not done, though. What's up, Bama? All right. Bam, if you're still here, there's something you must know. Because you're one of 3 people that care. One of 3. We have a new $100 proposition with our super chats again. A new $100 proposition. It's back. One time only. They don't make it anymore. We have a 12-pack. And it's back. It's back, baby. It's back. Guess who's back? Back again. The soda's back. Tell a friend. It's back. All right. All right. Kind of sucks. This is something else related, not unrelated to this. I was talking to somebody else. I don't even think Bama Hut saw it. I think he just did a drive-by drop and left. I don't even think he saw because there was no reaction from him. That's sad. That's all right. He'll have to find out another night. It's all right. He just gets to find out a different time. Like I'm glancing at him. He's not even. I don't even think he's online. No, he's not online. Oh yeah, he is. I'm just going to send him an image. I'm going to send him an image. Let's see if he knows. Let's see if he knows. The stream is still going, Bama. I missed your stream. Who's back? As the stream is only going for a little bit. I gotta get working on this. I'm gonna send him an image. It's the only way he'll know. Apparently. So yeah, he literally just drove by and dipped out. It's all right. He knew the stream was coming to an end too, because it's that time. He knows when my stream's end. It's not who, it's what. I said, guess what's back? He said, I missed your stream. Who's back? Oh boy, there it is. He said, oh boy. So he is online. He just knew my stream comes to an end at this time. Oh man. I mean, I can keep chatting with you guys while I type up the script, I suppose. Because that's literally all I'm about to do right now is type up the script. Although, then again, I have to read a lot for this Switch 2 patent because I haven't actually read the patent. So I better read it. Get all the info on it. So I guess I probably can't. Well, no, I can't. I may not be able to type that one up. I can probably type up. No, all of this actually requires research. That's right. The thing about this show, I actually have to like really focus and read up on a lot of stuff. Paul Gale, hey, how's it going, man? How you doing? We're actually going to be ending the stream here in a bit. By the way, thank you to people who helped me get some stories to round out VG News for tomorrow. I got to type up the script. I got to get the recording in. And I got to get the files loaded, and then that's probably where I'll stop, and I'll try to do all the editing tomorrow. It's gonna be cutting it close. Well, as long as I'm not downloading a 15-hour video for one clip. I had to do that for VG News on Monday. I had to download a 15-hour video for one tiny clip. And Premiere took forever to go through that 15-hour video. Because it can't just render out the tiny clip. It has to render the entire video and then reduce it down to one clip, because that's just how Final Premiere, that's how Final Cut does it. You regret the last 60 seconds. Well, you know. Michael Lorenz with a gifted. And it goes right to Paul Gale Network. Right to Paul Gale. Here we go. two-handed that. Dude, Final Cut, dude, the actual rendering on Final Cut is fine, but it does this sharing thing. And what it's doing with the sharing thing is it's creating like this full backup. And when you have a 15-hour video in there that you took a 10-second clip out of, it has to like re-render out that entire 15-hour video to get that clip. So Final Cut's amazing and it renders awesome. It's just, dude, I gotta like find a way not to put 15-hour clips and 15-hour videos just for a single clip. But anyways, thank you so much, Michael Lorenz. Paul Gale thanks you, I'm sure, as well. Yeah, there it is. Take care. Hope you get our OLED fit here, dude. Nintendo, I hate lefties. Yeah, for me right now, it's the right one and my left one doesn't. My left one doesn't. My left one happens about once a week. This right one happens like every day. So this one happened. It doesn't bother me as much. When the left one happens, when I put it in a grip, it stops it. What? Have you tried putting yours in a grip when it's working? Do you have a grip at all? Oh, you probably don't have a grip for an OLED. If you had a grip, it's possible that like you can get it in there, get it working, and what a grip does is it really wedges the switch, and then the controller doesn't move at all. And then doing that, maybe it won't disconnect. Again, that doesn't fix it. It's an actual problem, but it can make it usable. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, so you could try that. I don't know if the grippy one is for an OLED or for a base switch, though. That I don't know. It might help it at least make it usable for right now, but yeah, it's Nintendo has a design flaw. Clearly, this is becoming a very common issue, and that's why I said I'm gonna look up online to see if anyone's come up with any fixes that are easy. I'm sure most of the fixes are gonna involve taking apart the damn Switch, which is not an easy one then. But it's kind of like how there were some easy ones for Joy-Con drift that you can at least do to extend it for a while. But now Nintendo fixes it, but still. I don't have, believe it or not, this is it. I don't have extra Joy-Con anymore. Now that you got that Switch, I don't have extra Joy-Con. And those Joy-Con weren't really extra. They were brand new ones. Because the white ones that came with it, oh, I'm so sorry, Tall Show. You wanted white Joy-Cons, okay? So I had perfectly working, functioning, everything great white Joy-Cons with that system. My son came in my office and took them, then broke them. So that is why you have those Joy-Con are brand spanking new. Never used besides for me testing the system. They were never used. But I can't, Nintendo doesn't sell white Joy-Con. So I couldn't like, and I thought about reshelling them to white, but then I'm like, oh, then it's like secondhand. And I wanted to give like brand new ones. I didn't want the ones that I messed with, you know, okay, what if I break them? Then I gotta buy another ones again. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna send them as is. That's why you have the neon red and blue, which is the other OLED themed Joy-Cons. But then you have the white dock, which is supposed to go with the white Joy-Cons. And it's like, ah, man, kids. I'm actually surprised. So I have a Zelda OLED I have to send out as well from Prime Gaming Fest 2023 still. It's in the box. It's all ready to go. But the thing is, I'm so shocked my son hasn't opened the box to take those ones. And I think he hasn't because he thinks that box is for this. He hasn't noticed that there's a box back here and a box over there. So there's two boxes and he hasn't noticed. I think he thinks whenever he sees it that it's this Switch. I'm like, nope. One of those has an entirely new untouched system in it. Man, Paul Gale just adding half the damn chat. Yeah, kids, dude. Kids, I love my children. They're awesome. But I kept thinking, like, he did that, you know, it's frustrating to me because he did that to something I had set aside to give to send out. But the thing is, when I was a kid, dude, my dad will never come on a live stream. He'll never come on. He's a very private person. But let's say that he did, for the sake of this argument. All you would have to do is ask one question in a super chat. Hey, how many portable CD players did your son steal from you and break? Look, this is back when those things were like $100 a pop. I probably destroyed over 20 portable CD players that were not mine. They were my father's. I kept taking them to school, stealing them from his office, breaking them every time because they weren't meant to be tossed in a backpack. Why? Well, back in these days, there was no way to listen to music on the go. You had your Sony Walkmans, I suppose, but portable CD players were a big deal back then because you could just skip the songs. You didn't have to rewind. So I got one once for my birthday. It broke the very next day. Portable CD players were very fragile. I don't know why. They just were. And I'm not talking about scratching discs. I'm just talking about like fragile in general. So my dad liked having portable CD players because he would use them when he had to go into the office at work. He was allowed to listen to music, but he couldn't listen to it on speakers. So he'd have his portable CD player and he'd listen to his CDs with it. So I liked being able to listen to music on the bus. So I kept taking them. Now, I'm a kid. I don't understand the value of things. I don't understand that, hey, $100, especially back in the 90s, is a lot of money. And it did not register with me that this was a big deal. It was, oh, there'll always be another one if I break it. Because my dad kept getting other ones. Not realizing that, we're living in a shit-ass apartment in the ghetto part of town because my family has no money, but the one luxury my dad wants for himself is the ability to listen to music. And it's just like the one luxury he wants. He absolutely wants to have that luxury. And I kept ruining it for him. I feel bad about it in hindsight. But when I was a kid, it just reminded me, like, as my kids break things, and this is just one example. There's been many others. It's like, dude, I did the same crap when I was a kid. I kept taking things I shouldn't have took and breaking them. I didn't mean to break it. It was never intentional. But intent doesn't matter when it costs real money. So it'd be like my kid coming down and being like, oh, I just want to use dad's computer. And then all of a sudden, oh, I was really curious about the thing, so I took your side panel off. And next thing you know, $3,000 worth of hardware is just destroyed. So I understand it. I understand why my dad was frustrated. I've apologized to him as an adult, but they're in a much better place financially, and we all look back on it now and laugh because, now, once like MP3 players came out and they were way more durable and cheaper. All right. One last song tonight. One last song for Paul Gale. One last one, baby. Then we'll end the stream. All right. I got it. We got it. It's a great song. All right. One last one tonight, guys. Then this will be the end of the stream at the end of the song. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Sorry. This one.
This is a song for the ladies. But fellas, listen closely. You don't always have to fuck her hard. In fact, sometimes that's not right to do.
All right. Little sip for you, Paul. Thank you so much, buddy.
And fucking give us some smooches too. Sometimes you got to squeeze. Sometimes you gotta say please.
Dude, I'm glad to hear you're healing well, Paul. You still have to hold it above your heart.
I'm gonna fuck you softly. I'm gonna screw you gently. I'm gonna hump you sweetly. I'm gonna ball you completely. Hey, I brought you flowers. And then you say, wait a minute, Sally. I think I got something in my teeth. Could you get it out for me?
That's fucking teamwork. What's your favorite position?
That's cool
With me, it's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
What's your favorite dish? I'm not gonna cook it,
But I'll order it from Zanzibar.
And then I'm gonna love you completely.
And then I'll fucking fuck you discreetly.
And then
Oh,
I'll
man.
fucking bone
Yeah, above the
you
heart
completely.
as often. Oh, as often. So it's not like the entire day now.
I'm gonna fuck you
That's my favorite note in the whole song. I think I hit it all right. Not too bad for no warm-ups. To be fair, this usually is my warm-up song at karaoke. The first one I bust out. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been a fun stream. Time to get working on Prime News. It's not Prime. VG News. Definitely not Prime News. It's a way different vibe. I think people didn't think I could give... Be honest. How many of you didn't think, when I'd been talking about this new show, how many of you thought it was just going to feel like Prime News? How many of you just thought, oh, this is just going to be Prime News with a different name? Just be honest. Because I've been talking about this show for weeks. How many thought it was just going to be Prime News with a new name? Be honest. Be honest. I did go into describe it pretty well one time. All right, thank you guys so much. We'll catch you up VG News tomorrow. Hopefully, we want it out at 10 a.m. Obviously, I'm not going to rush it. If the editing isn't complete, we'll just keep going till it's ready. But we are trying to get it out at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So I got to get it recorded tonight for that to happen. Later, guys.